Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Saturday, June 6, 2020. Thanks for joining me. For those of you who have followed my commentary pertaining to Mr. Stephen Avery, who was in a documentary by Netflix, Making of a Murderer, news flash, Mr. Avery has tested positive for COVID-19, and this is the said information pertaining to his health conditions at the moment. This is by Two First Alert, WBAY.com. Making a Murderer, Stephen Avery tests positive for COVID-19. The attorney for Stephen Avery says her client has tested positive for COVID-19. Kathleen Zellner tweeted Wednesday, "It is true that Stephen Avery has tested positive for COVID-19 virus. He will fully recover. The bigger threat to him is whether the COA will cure the disease that caused him to be wrongfully convicted." And in the said article, there is a tweet where Miss Kathleen Zellner posted information about his positive testing on her social media page. On Thursday, Zellner tweeted that she had spoken on the phone with Stephen. She said his voice is strong and clear, and he has no fever or muscle aches. Avery, 57, is being held at Waupun Correctional Institution. He's serving a life sentence for the 2005 murder of Teresa Halbach in Manitowoc County. Avery, subject of the Netflix series Making a Murderer, is appealing his conviction. State numbers show 1,207 tests have been taken at the Waupun Correctional. The Department of Corrections says 225 tests came back positive for coronavirus. That's the highest number of positive tests among Wisconsin correctional facilities. State records show 19 staff members tested positive for COVID-19 at Waupun Correctional. That's also a statewide high. There are currently 216 active cases of COVID-19 among all state correctional facilities. 216. Avery was moved to Waupun Correctional in 2014. It is a maximum security prison. In 2007, a jury found Avery guilty of first-degree intentional homicide in the 2005 murder of freelance photographer Halbach. Investigators say Avery and his nephew, Brendan Dassey, killed Halbach at the Avery property in Manitowoc County. Avery is asking for a new trial. In October 2019, Avery attorney Kathleen Zellner presented Wisconsin Appeals Court District 2 with her brief arguing 10 complex legal issues that she asked the appeals court to consider. In addition to the claims of ineffective counsel, Zellner states the circuit court abused its discretion in dismissing Avery's request for additional scientific testing. On May 27th, Wisconsin Assistant Attorney General Lisa Comfort filed a 130-page response to Avery's motion for post-conviction relief. The state argues that Wisconsin Circuit Court Judge Angela Sukiewicz properly denied Avery's June 2017 motion for an evidentiary hearing. The state also says Avery's allegations of ineffective counsel at trial and previous post-conviction appeals are meritless. The court has granted Zellner until June 25th to respond to the state's brief. Zellner has also been granted a motion to enlarge her response's word limit to 9,000 words. Avery's nephew, Brendan Dassey, is being held at Oshkosh Correctional Institution. Supporters have mounted a campaign to get him released from prison due to concerns over the spread of coronavirus. They also continue to ask Governor Tony Evers to grant Dassey early release for what they say was a wrongful conviction based on interrogation tactics. Dassey has learning disabilities. He was 16 years old at the time of the interrogation. The United States Supreme Court declined to hear Dassey's wrongful conviction argument. And that is the said information brought to you by ABC2 News. So, Stephen Avery, 57, has tested positive for COVID-19, and he is expected to make a full recovery. Well, I guess that is good for Mr. Avery. Did he commit the said crime against Miss Teresa Halbach? It has been up for speculation. Did Brendan Dassey also aid Mr. Avery in the killing of Teresa? I do not know. Many people have assumed that he was not involved, and due to his learning disabilities, that he was an easy prey to be coerced during the interrogation by police because of his disabilities. It is up for interpretation. But that is the said information coming out of Wisconsin. And if you need verification for the storyline, log on to ABC2 News for this story. Um, it's always something. But we will see, and we will see what transpires with Ms. Zellner's response um, to this 130-page motion pertaining to Mr. Avery from the state. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Some people believe he killed her. I don't know. Some believe Mr. Dassey, the nephew, also was a party to the crime. But anyway, Stephen Avery has COVID-19. Whew, mercy. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. Thanks for joining me for the back-to-back videos today on this wonderful Saturday in the High 10. God bless you, keep you. Justice for George Floyd. Amen. Until the next video, this is Everyday Shenanigans. Stay safe, America. Bye-bye.